Good evening, my name is Brianna Henry, and today I'm going to be informing you all on why world religions should be taught in public schools. Before I start, here is a picture of an incident where religion intolerance took place. This is the aftermath of a Boko Haram bombing in Nigeria. This horrific incident all took place due to differences in beliefs in religion. Now that you can see some of the horrific consequences of religion intolerance, let's get started. First, I'm going to discuss religion intolerance, what it is, and how it affects people around the world. Second, I'm going to discuss the U.S. Constitution, the Supreme Court, and court cases involving religion and public schools. Lastly, I'm going to discuss how teaching world religion in public schools can benefit society in a positive way. I believe religion intolerance can be defeated if world religion is taught in public schools. Now, what exactly is religion intolerance? It is intolerance against another's religion's beliefs or practice thereof. According to Laura Schulman, conflict between people of different religion may begin with simple ignorance. People who don't know much about other religions just automatically assume that they're bad or they're different, and they believe that their religion is inferior to their own. When in reality, most of these common religions share similarities and basic ideas. According to Joseph Blaylock, a 2005 study conducted by the Bible Literacy Project tested teenagers' ability to name the 5 world religions. Only 10% can name all of them, and 15% couldn't name any of them, which is pretty sad. A prime example of religion intolerance in today's society was when the Muslim ban was in effect. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit ruled that this executive order drips with religious intolerance, anemia, and discrimination. They also stated that the government shouldn't favor or disfavor one religion over another. Now that I have just informed you about religion intolerance and how it affects people around the world, I'm now going to discuss some of America's history. Let's start with the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. Many of you may be familiar with it. It is freedom. Freedom of religion, freedom of speech. America is one of the most culturally and religiously diverse countries in the world. Many countries force a certain religion upon their citizens. This is why a lot of people flee their home country and migrate to America in order to be free. They can be openly gay, they can practice the religion of their choice without being murdered or punished for it. There have been many court cases in the past regarding public education and religion. A famous one is Engel versus Vitale. This ruled that it's unconstitutional for state officials to compose of an official prayer and encourage its recitation in public schools. There are also a few more important court cases like Epperson versus Arkansas, which prohibited the teaching of evolution because many believe that evolution is a religious point of view. Also, Stone versus Graham. Now that I've discussed some of America's history, I will now discuss how teaching world religion can impact America in a positive way. Children learning about world religion can unify our society. It can avoid certain people being stigmatized due to their religions. Muslims are constantly being stigmatized. According to Linda Wertheimer, author of a Washington Post article, she discusses how a 6th grade boy was asked if he had a bomb in his locker. It is sad how children are constantly being bullied or just getting made fun of due to their religion just because the fact that their peers don't really know much about it and just assume that it's bad. If world religion was taught in public schools, many would realize that terrorism is not linked to religion. In fact, many of the recent terrorist attacks in America were caused by people born in America, not people who are born outside of the U.S. that practice the Muslim religion. There are many misconceptions about world religion due to lack of knowledge. If students are educated about world religions, this can eliminate those misconceptions. As Linda Wertheimer states, if we're preparing kids to be thoughtful citizens of the world, they should know something about people in their community that may be different from themselves. Teachers shouldn't preach about any religion. Instead, they should teach and provide the history and facts behind certain religions in order to educate those who don't know much about different religions. That way, those students can utilize that knowledge in the future when they encounter people of different religions. After all, religion coincides with history and the social studies curriculum. I think school is the perfect place for religion to be introduced because it's the one place where a lot of different people of different cultures and religions come together. According to Carrie Kilman, a school district in California developed a world religion curriculum for every 9th grade student in the school district. Research proved that this course increased students' respect for religious diversity. Kristen Bubsey, a senior that was asked questions about the course, stated, "I didn't know much about any other religion other than mine. By the end, we were all much more accepting toward one another. You realize that we're not that different after all." Those are just a few benefits, but the list goes on. I'm going to stop here. Today, I first discussed religion intolerance, what it is, and how it affects people around the world. Second, I discussed the Constitution, the Supreme Court, and court cases involving religion in public schools. Lastly, I discussed how teaching world religions can benefit society in a positive way. With that being said, religion intolerance can be defeated if world religion is taught in public schools. To end with a quote by Laura that states, "I generally find that intolerance is a result of ignorance, and such ignorance is often passed down to the next generation when people in position of authority remain ignorant. Ignorance leads to fear, fear can lead to hate, and hate can lead to violence. Knowledge is the key to avoid going down this path," and I couldn't agree with her anymore. Thank you for your time.